I understand why some people are like reacting to that. However, and not that this is a competition, the Queen of England, like even to this very day, the Queen of England is heavily represented in the country that I was born in, which is Jamaica. Jamaica is still a colony, even though I think it's called an independent colony. So it's like we acknowledge them, but we don't they don't tell us everything to do. Like it's weird. Anyway, there's heavy presence of the Queen and that family still in places like Jamaica. I think the death of the Queen is given interesting responses because, again, when you have been, in some cases, oppressed by that system, how could you be mournful of someone dying who was the symbol of that system? So that's why I really don't have any comment on whether some people got jokes, some people are sad. I don't necessarily look at it as, I think she lived a full life. I never garnered resentment or hatred for her. I understand what being a colony of a country like that meant. And also, like in comparison to like the United States, where I was born, Jamaica, like we only got our independence, I believe, 1964 or something like that. Might be off on a date, but it's definitely August 6th. That's her Independence Day. So again, Queen's dead, but here's the thing. The Queen's dead and now there's a king. Her oldest son, King Charles, is the now ruler. And what's been very unclear, because there's a lot of political structures that kind of operate simultaneously in the UK or Britain, whatever you want to call it. What's unclear is how much power do they have over whether policy, or is it just an antiquated, regarded structure that is still represented and respected? You know what I mean? You can't tell me one thing. Well, maybe if you're really educated, you can't tell me one thing the Queen has fucking decreed or done that has affected many people recently. Now, yeah. Somebody say he not dead too. Nah, that's the oldest son. Y'all want to go through the lineage real quick? I don't want to sit here talking about the fucking Queen all day. I ain't in Britain. So Queen Elizabeth II. I don't want to be too disrespectful, but she's a pack. Okay? She had a couple sons. Let me figure out her sons. She had a couple kids. Let me see. Queen Elizabeth. This should get deep, really. Because Queen Elizabeth kids. Okay, you have King Charles III, so he's now the king. He's 70, by the way. You have Anne, who's a princess royal. I don't know what the fuck is this? So I don't know if they count the women. Bro, I don't know. I don't really know how this shit works. So excuse my ignorance. I don't even know how, like in most monarchs, they usually don't just be like, oh, the queen is ruling unless the queen was married to the king. So usually the daughters of the queen or the king, they don't get appointed to be like the head person unless their husband gets appointed and the husband dies. How did the queen become the queen? Let me look that up. Queen Elizabeth. How did Queen Elizabeth become queen? Hilarious. Okay, became the queen of Northern. What the fuck? Following the death of her father. Did her father not have like King George? What the fuck? Let me see. King George children. Oh, okay. So this nigga he ain't had no sons. So he had two daughters, and that's how she became the queen. She married some nigga, and then she had a bunch of kids, and now one of her oldest son is gonna be the king, which is King Charles the Third. Which is this nigga right here. He's like the same age as Trump. And then his kids, I think he got kids. Sons. Yeah, his sons, this one is fucking a black chick. This nigga name is Prince Harry. He don't want none of that crusty, pale ass hoes from the kingdom eligible people. He went and got a black bitch. Real talk. Or let me not say bitch, but a black queen. Okay, and then I think he just dipped. He said, fuck all this shit. I think he just probably was thinking, I'm never going to be king. Fuck this, I'm leaving. I think he lives like in Canada or some shit. He either lives in Canada or the U.S. He dipped. Fuck that. So they all went back. There's going to be a funeral on December 3rd. Whatever. I could give two fucks about this, man. One thing, you know, I'm a pocket watcher, so I watch everybody's pockets. I be wondering how they have a lot of wealth, pretty much unlimited wealth, and also the nations cater to them. I'm wondering where that comes from. Is it taxpayers? Do they own some fucking oil reservoirs? I got to do some more research. There's some cool documentaries you can watch on YouTube. Like, if you watch this shit sounds so corny in 2022. Like, when the queen dies, it initializes Operation blah, 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 blah. You're like, what the fuck? What happens when the queen... Oh, see? That's the most searched thing. I don't know if you can see it. What happens when the... passes away. Look, it's a whole bunch of shit. Here, all right, here's this.
Though that's another interesting story.
The palace will...
After that, the 38 other nations of the Commonwealth will know. A news flash will be sent to the UK.
Where my country at? There we got my shit on here. What the fuck? Let me see.
I will call the Prime Minister and say the words, London Bridge is down.
What type of antiquated shit is this, man? Send a text, Instagram story. She's a pack on the bed. It's over. It's over. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is like some, yo, you know how they used to write? Like, this is like, still niggas is like, yo, send out a chariot and go alert the other nations. No, nigga. The fucking housekeeper who found her, she's a pack. Yo, that is a motherfucker. Stiff. Rigor mortis. Over. Pack her up. New pack in the air. Is it gas or what? You know what I mean?
The news will then go out to the 15 governments where the Queen is...
Oh, Jamaica right here. Big Jamaica, nigga. I'd be so proud to be Jamaican. Yet I live in the United States. Don't worry, I'm about to buy a house in Jamaica in 3 years.
Also the head of state. After that, the 38 other nations of the Commonwealth will know. A news flash will be sent...
I ain't gonna lie. The Queen... That monarch got to be some wicked motherfuckers, man. Because the countries they all like... They be in charge of, none of them doing that good. Bangladesh, I never heard no lit shit out of Bangladesh, nigga. Kiribati? What the fuck is that? Samoa? I heard about Samoan Islands. I only heard about them big ass niggas from Samoa. Let me see, Sri Lanka. I only know them niggas for fucking cricket. Fiji, only Fiji water I know, nigga. Gambia, the hell? Mozambique. Like, no disrespect. I only know about Mozambique from flies. Some comedian told the story. It's not me. They ain't ignorance. Nambia? Nigga, I might have seen that in a Disney movie or some shit. Like, what are these countries? Salute to Nigeria. Tanzania, okay. Uganda, okay. Where's Zamunda at? And where's the shit that was in Black Panther? That's a joke. Anyway, let's keep looking.
The UK Press Association and media all over the world. At the BBC, an alarm for national emergencies will be activated. It's so rarely used that many of their staff don't even know what it sounds like.
You've seen it? No.
All of their anchors will wear black, and their usual red logo will go black as well.
I ain't gonna lie, BBC pause. They trying to like uphold this shit. You go on to Instagram, they change their logo from red to black. Look, look at these motherfuckers. They did change their logo. No cap. Look, it's black. Look, it's black. I gotta see. I want to see they're all wearing black on the station. YouTube.com. BBC. Pause. I feel like I'm searching a porn. Pause. I feel like 5-year foreign right now. Holy. BBC News. Let me see. Okay. This is 6 hours. Oh, they are wearing black. Look at these motherfuckers.
We've got pictures, I think we can...
Damn, everybody is wearing black. Damn, that's why the UK be having a little bit of a handle over shit more than the US, man. They got like old school protocols they always still resort to. Damn, they really wearing black. This is fire. Look, she wearing black too. No way. Everybody wearing black. It's all black. Holy. Nah, they going in. I bet. Nigga, you know if Trump passed away, nigga, the amount of parties niggas would have in the streets, nigga. There's no respect over here for presidents.
At the same time, a man dressed in black will hang a sign on the gate outside Buckingham Palace.
What?
The royals' website will also sport the same message, whatever that ends up being. All the flags will be lowered to half-staff, and bells will toll. Immediately after her passing, her son Charles will unofficially become king. He'll make his first speech as head of state that evening. This is the plan if she dies in London, but no need to fret. If she passes elsewhere, they've still got it planned out to a T. The day after the Queen's death, the flags will be raised again, and at 11 a.m. sharp, Charles will officially become king. He may or may not choose to stick with the name Charles, and his wife Camilla will become queen per Elizabeth's request. He will then tour the UK to Edinburgh, Belfast, and Cardiff to attend services honoring his mother. Meanwhile, Westminster Hall will be closed for cleaning and funeral preparations.
The Queen is coming.
4 days after her death, there will be a procession from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Hall, where she will lie in state for the next 4 days.
Damn.
Important people will be able to visit her first, then the normal people.
The palace is expecting 500,000, I don't know, 1 million people to visit her there.
I'm wondering how many world leaders gonna pull up there.
In her coffin. Then there'll be a funeral, and then we go on from there.
The 9th day is funeral day. At 9 a.m., the bells covered in leather pads will ring muffled tones. The coffin will be carried to Westminster Abbey. The funeral will begin at 11 a.m. Assuming the pandemic will allow it, 2,000 invited guests will attend, and the rest of the world will watch on their TVs. Everything will be shown except for the royals' faces during prayer. After the funeral, the Queen will go to Windsor Castle, where she will be buried next to her husband, Prince Philip, and her father, King George VI.
God save the Queen.
I don't think they'll be sobbing on the streets for the death of the Queen. I think that the tears will be shed and people will feel a moment and a passing, but I don't think they'll be gut punched.
Brits overwhelmingly love the Queen, and the Queen loves them. I mean, she vowed to dedicate her whole life to them.
I declare before you all that my whole life shall be devoted to your sake.
Man, fuck all that shit. I don't hear what this chick got to say, man. Listen, rest in peace. You lived a full life. She lived to like 96. That's a good life. Listen, she good. Hey, all I know is, man, let me pull up the important shit, man. I know my country, Jamaica, wasn't rocking with some of the shit they was doing recently. Jamaica opposes the Queen. Yeah, she was trying to do so. Like, there's so much. Oh, well, obviously it's a sadness. Let me find some shit. Yeah, Jamaica just started reportedly, well, this is back in March, removing the Queen as head of state. So she's the head of state of the Caribbeans, or at least Jamaica, which technically is like, for example, like I'll give you a realistic example. Vybz Kartel, an artist, my favorite artist of all time, he's convicted on murder, serving 35 years to life. He's in prison. His appeal to the Jamaican process has been denied, but there's something called the Privy Council that is basically the Queen and the UK they're like a sovereign entity where they could rule, and if they make a rule, Jamaica has to follow type shit. You feel me? So again, it's always been like kind of like, all right, whatever. At least they're not like the Queen don't be fucking up and forcing. At least in Jamaica, they don't force you to do what they want to do. You get me? Like Jamaicans, like historically, even the leaders of the country, they haven't been cool with homosexuality. And the UK, who's been way more tolerant, they don't try to force it on their, colonies. So people have just been like, all right, whatever, cool. We haven't said nothing about it. But in reality, seeing some old white chick, Jamaica is mad niggas, bro. Like, it's all, that's one thing that fucked me up when I came to the United States. Racism fucked me up. You know why racism fucked me up? I grew up in a country where literally everybody looked like me. So, like, we're not walking around thinking, oh, man, the white man's trying to get us. Like, fuck, there ain't a white man here. Of course, we're not rich, but, you know what I mean? It's like, we're all black. And one of the things I've noticed is, like, coming over here and talking to people who are African Americans, when you live in a country that the majority of the people are white and the majority of the people in power are white, it's almost psychologically a message to you that you're subpar. You get me? So I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to say like growing up in Jamaica is better. That's not the point. I'm just showing you how different in psyche is. Anyway, reportedly back a couple months ago, Jamaica was just saying, yo, we tired of having this bitch as the head of state, and they wanted to try to remove the UK as being the head of state, which, you know, has some power, but they never really use it. So anyway, I say all that to say, listen, whatever is good for the people who they have oppressed for years, I'm rocking with. All right, anyway. Y'all got me talking about the queen, man. I ain't trying to talk about the fucking queen. Let's get to the shit. Let's get to the shit, man. Oh, chat. Let me see what y'all talking about right now. My bad. I ain't trying to bore you out of death. What was... Yeah, my bad, chat. I don't be trying to, like, lecture y'all some type of shit, you know? All right, cool. Yo, chat, let's get into the Atlantic shit. I recently came to an opinion that Atlantic might be headed towards being the next Def Jam. Atlantic, in the last couple of years, let me go to their website. Atlantic Records. Actually, maybe their Wikipedia will do it justice. Nah, I'll just go here. Atlantic has been known to sign some of the, you know, really hot young artists of our time. By the way, anybody at Atlantic that don't like this, it's Big Ack. I've done business with y'all. Y'all have paid me quite handsomely. But I only owe the people, brother. It's the same reason y'all fuck with me. So Atlantic Records, what's going on right now, they're getting cheap. So for the next year or year or two, if you're an artist trying to sign to a label, Atlantic probably is not going to be a viable option. I'm going to give you the reason why in a second. Historically, Atlantic kind of had a tight grip on the younger artists ever since about like 2015 or 2016, and they've had the lion's share of the ones that were popping. We could go down the list. We'll see some of the people here. A Boogie, right? A Boogie, obviously a big artist in the game. Let me go to active. My bad. Let me just go to active. A Boogie. Shit, I can think about a bunch. P&B Rock. Well, Busy Banks is really new. Meek Mill was there. Obviously, NBA Youngboy was there. Kodak Black was there. Now they also do have Ed Sheeran. You see Ed Sheeran over here, right? They got Don Toliver, right? I'm talking about people who affect culture a little bit. They still have a few, but you're realizing, and I'm telling you, most people are leaving. I'm gonna tell you why. They're getting cheap. I'm gonna give you the exact reason why they're getting cheap. They used to have all the. Give me some new people. Give me some other people that were on Atlantic. I'm gonna give you the whole breakdown. Right? Let me see who else. Kevin Gates there. Kodak, as I said before. Who else? Lil Skies, Lil Uzi Vert. They have Lizzo. They've had a pretty much a good hold and a good chokehold on the majority of young artists who are putting out shit. They had Nipsey there. You know, Nipsey was independent for a while. They got him. No Cap, OT Genesis, P&B Rock. They still have on their website. Okay, Quando Rondo's on there. Okay, they still have some people, even though some of these niggas ain't on Atlanta no more. Roddy Ricch. Who else? We're going down the thing. Let me see. Who else? Wiz Khalifa. They still have Youngboy on and shit. Okay. Let me give you how to break down what's going on with this entire thing. So Atlantic Records, okay? Atlantic Records has gotten incredibly cheap within the last year, which is meaning that all the artists that were up for extensions and additional negotiations to further their contracts are essentially now in positions where Atlantic won't meet their needs. So Atlantic is either dropping them or they're choosing to leave. Okay? I'm going to give you examples, and I'll tell you why. Somebody say, yo, hey, Ak, you might have lost, it looked like you might have lost about half a pound. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. Yeah, I know. I don't care what type of backhanded compliment. I like it. Anyway, so let me keep on this Atlantic train. Oh, Cardi B's on Atlantic. Why they ain't got her on here? Did I miss her? Cardi is on here. Oh, I didn't. Okay, she's right here. Okay. Let me tell y'all what's going on in Atlantic right now. Kodak Black is up for a renegotiation. It is expected that Kodak Black is going to leave. Kodak Black said on social media that he's hoping to get $40 million. If you don't believe me, I could type it in here. Kodak Black, $40 million. Look.
Welcome back to the channel.
Okay, I don't know who that is. Your voice is very deep.
Try to sign a $40-50 million deal, homie. Gonna buy me a PJ. What's like big PJs, homie? Don't know what shit, won't fly regular. PJ, we get that bitch. Cut open a lot of kill, pumping all your son.
Okay. I'm giving you out a game here, people. This is Price's game. You'll never get this from nobody else's big act. This is why they don't play with me no more. Kodak is leaving Atlantic. Atlantic is not giving him $40 million. No way, no how, not a chance in fucking hell. Okay? They're not giving him $40 million. If you're wondering why Meek Mill ain't on Atlantic, they're not giving Meek Mill whatever he wants either. I don't know that number. If I did know that number, I would report it. But from what I hear, Atlantic is very stingy now. Okay? I told y'all before, when what they offered YoungBoy was reportedly $25 million. YoungBoy got more than that. I know the actual deal. Won't give too much specifics in terms of what it is, but he got more than that. He's leaving. Who else? PNB Rock. They needed to continue to fund him and up the money they need to pay him. They wasn't down to do that. They released him as well. Okay? A bunch of these other artists you're going to see on here, they're going to start becoming independent or they're going to start move away. Here's the thing that Atlantic is in. And this is why, you know, as much as musicians try to act like they're the end-all be-all when it comes to the industry, you're in the music business. You're not just a nigga dropping music on SoundCloud. The business dictates a lot of times what your career is going to be. So, I'm going to give you a rundown of why Atlantic is cheap now. They don't want to pay nobody. Atlantic is trying to save money. And Atlantic is trying to obviously show that they're very profitable. This is how labels work. Atlantic owns the masters for Meek Mill. They own the masters, or the majority of the masters, for YoungBoy, Kodak, and other artists. The reason why they're unwilling to spend now, as previous before, is because of this. Sometimes you got to understand the business to understand what the fuck is going on. I'm going to walk you through it. Y'all got to follow me with the Googles. Let me give you, again, I'm walking out in a very elementary way. Atlantic Records, somebody says Realtor 2's on Atlantic, I'll talk about it too. Atlantic Records, let's go to the Googles, right? And by the way, this is the reason why I feel like I'm criminally underrated, because y'all never give me credit when I be like breaking shit down to a science for y'all. Atlantic Records, just look here. I'm going to just put it up there. Look above me, right there. Atlantic Records, the parent company, it says Warner Music Group. So if you don't know, Atlantic Records is owned by Warner. It's not owned by Universal like most labels, most popular labels. And Sony does own some, like including Epic and, you know, RCA and few. Anyway, Atlantic is owned by Warner Music Group. Why is this important? Why am I bringing it up now? Warner Music Group. So in reality, Warner Music Group, IPO. This is very important. When you see a label starting to go public, they're now going to be additionally funded by investors, but also now they're publicly traded, and basically the stockholders are the people they need to answer to. So, if you don't know, let me I'm about to show you. Okay. About 2 years ago, Warner announced his IPO. My bad. Okay. Here it is. New York Times. Warner Music launches its IPO. The Warner Music Group, the home of stars like Ed Sheeran, Cardi B, Led Zeppelin, announced on Tuesday will proceed with an initial, hopefully I don't got to pay for this because New York Times will be charging. Okay. It proceed with an initial public offering that will value the company at $13.3 billion. The listing planned for NASDAQ. By the way, this is 2020 when this happened. Listing plan for NASDAQ would be the latest sign of the dramatic turnaround in the fortunes of the music business. So basically, what does that mean? It means that them offering to go public means that the music business that was suffering when CD sales went down because of piracy and now streaming came back around, streaming revenue has been going up and up. They're saying the music business is back. So that's why they're going public. So that's what that clear statement was about. The listing plan for NASDAQ will be the latest sign of the dramatic turnaround in the fortunes of the music business. Warner was bought for $3.3 billion by Access Industries. And by the way, I know these people. I don't want to, I didn't sign NDAs, but let me not say too much. The conglomerate controlled by the Ukrainian-born billionaire Len Blavatnik, okay? I'll say it. Yeah, I met with his son a bunch of times. His son also operates and controls everything, especially when it comes to like Atlantic. His son is more the hip guy. This is just a billionaire who's a fucking rich nigga who just buys shit. You feel me? He owns Warner, right? He's giving like his son, which, his son Val, like, yo, you look over Atlantic type shit. You feel me? I met with him before. I was trying to do some shit with him, whatever. Yeah, so basically, these are billionaires. They don't give two fucks really about money that much. They could throw around money, not because they paid $3.3 billion for it, means that they don't have tens of billion more. You can look up these guys. That's just what it is. Now, granted, when they were trying to go public, they were valuing the company for $13.3 billion, which means that's $10 billion more that they initially bought it for, which was 2011, 9 years before, okay? This is going to be confusing to a lot of you dumb niggas. So this is going to be on YouTube. You can watch it 10 times. Cool. So essentially, they're listing the company for 10 million plus more than what they actually bought it for, right? So now when you get a company that's publicly traded, everything now becomes public in terms of what you're earning, what you're going to be making, and you now need a value, like if you're selling the stock price for a certain amount, because you value the company at $13.3 billion, you need to show profit loss statements and all type of financial statements that will match that, okay? This is all going to make sense. Just give me a second. Let me keep reading through this. Since then, the music business has been reinvigorated by streaming. I just said that. Leading investors cash in. A bunch of people cash in, obviously. Last year, the Chinese company Tencent Holdings, bought 10% of Universal Music Group, which is valued at $33 billion. The reason why they got the $13.3 billion here for Warner is that Warner is about 1/3 the size of Universal, just in market share, just in everything, right? So if a Chinese company, which by the way, they have shit ton of money, Tencent Holdings, a Chinese company, they bought 10% of Universal Music Group that value Universal at $33 billion, right? If I'm 1/3 of my competitor and they just sold a piece of their shit for 1/3 of $33 billion, I'm worth about $10 billion, right? That's where they came up with the $13.3 billion. Okay, just to let you know. Cool. The Warner IPO will float. And I know this is probably gonna be so boring to y'all, but this is how. If you're wonder why your favorite artist ain't on Atlantic, you need to understand this. This is how deep it gets, right? It's not about no hating. Like I know in a simplistic, dumb way, niggas is hating. No. It's all business. You got to read these articles. You got to really get in terms of the business. Okay. Warner IPO will float about 70 million shares or 13.7% of its common stock between whatever share, valuing the company between 11.7 to 13 billion. It's a fair evaluation considering how their size in the marketplace compared to UMG. UMG got a 10% buy that valued them at 33 billion. Okay. Warner nearly had $3 billion in debt. Remember this? I always tell y'all, everybody complains about their record label. They're not complaining about how much debt their record label is going into investing in them. They don't care. Warner had $3 billion in debt, $484 million in cash at the end of March, which will put the company's enterprise value at $16 billion if shares sell at the high end. Now, what this does also is that all of their financials, especially quarterly, become public. They can't hide it no more. Now you're offering an IPO. You have to submit quarterly earnings and also your quarterly statements to let people know what the state of the company is. Okay. According to company prospectus and his underwriters, Morgan Stanley. So yes, if you don't know, even the record labels use banks. What this means, the company. So okay, jeez. I feel like I've lost y'all, but there's some smart niggas watching this, and it might not be on the stream. It probably when it gets uploaded on YouTube, they'll probably get it. So even a record label has underwriters. If you're ever taking out a loan, like for example, if you're ever taking out a loan or if you're ever taking out insurance, someone has to underwrite a lot of times the loans or the insurance policy to make sure that if anything fails, they'll be able to pay out a certain amount, right? For a record label, Morgan Stanley, Credit Suisse, and Goldman Sachs, they were the underwriters of this whole fucking thing, right? Cool. Warner share being sold by whatever, and Okay, I'm trying to get to some shit that we could, because I want to break down every fucking thing. I don't want to make it this boring. Streaming, Okay, cool. All right. This is just when they went for the IPO, so this doesn't say much. What needs to happen, or what needs to be understood, is that a lot of times once there's an IPO, which is an initial public offering, the people who are in that deal to go public, they get assured stocks that eventually at a certain point will mature. I'm going to give you another example. Jimmy Iovine, who sold Beats. Jimmy Iovine beats Apple. Apple bought Beats. Okay? Let me see. Okay. I'm trying to explain this, but this is kind of some business shit. Okay. Let me just talk. I'll just talk. So when Jimmy Iovine left Interscope, him and Dr. Dre had Beats. But there was also like Beats Music with it, right? Apple Music wanted to basically take the Beats headphones, kill Beats Music, right? Because they were working on Apple Music. And they wanted, I think they paid like, I forgot what the number is. Was it $4 billion? I can't remember what it was. Anyway, when these deals are done, right, they'll quote unquote absorb the company. So that's how they do it. They'll be like, we bought the company, we absorb them. And what happens is, because these guys are the face of the company that they absorb, they give these guys incentive that they have to stay for a certain time before they can cash out. So they don't just give you money you can just run out the door as soon as the purchase is done. For example, if somebody bought, say I sold the DJ Akademiks brand, right? And they say, oh, Ak, I will give you $15 million to buy your brand, right? Which I wouldn't sell for, but whatever. We'll just use that number. If I said yes and they just give me $15 million, nigga, and I just walked out the door, and then I said, I'm not doing a DJ Akademiks brand no more. I'm doing blah, 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 blah brand. Instantly, DJ Akademiks brand is less valuable because my face isn't associated with it. So companies are smart. What they would do is, we're buying your brand. You're going to be the CEO. You got to be the CEO, right, of it for the next 3 years or whatever the case is. You'll get either these bonuses or we'll give you stock if it's a public thing. And your stock, quote unquote, matures at a certain point. Now, again, this might sound confusing. By the way, this happens all the time. TMZ is not owned by Harvey Levin anymore. Harvey Levin sold TMZ to Turner, I believe. He has to stay with the company because without his face, TMZ isn't as valuable. The UFC isn't owned. UFC isn't owned by Dana White anymore. It used to, or used to have a significant ownership stake. They purchased it, but when they do that without Dana White, it's less valuable. Also, you don't want Dana White to go create a competitor. So you keep him in there, you give him a salary as a CEO, and also you give him stock. Okay, why am I saying this? I'm going to bring it right back to Warner. When Warner when Warner went public, keep in mind this is a $3 billion flip. They're trying to convince people that is now worth $13 billion. And in spite of people saying, you know, streaming has been doing well, this is what I'll say, right? Warner needed to show people that it's making a lot of money. First of all, Warner Music Group buys 300 Entertainment. All this shit matters. So 300 Entertainment was bought by Warner. They have a lot of catalog, Fetty Wap, old Migos shit. They have a lot of shit there. They bought him for $400 million. Okay? Also, here's another thing. The head of Atlantic has a relationship, and you'll know, I don't want to call people's particular names out. Head of Atlantic has a relationship with the head of Warner, so they overpaid. Some people said that this deal should have been worth maybe $280. Shouldn't be $400, but whatever the case. Anyway, they overpaid. They acquired 300 Entertainment. Okay? They did this in, the date matters, December 26, 2021. Okay. Why are they doing this? What's going on? Warner, okay, so Warner owns Atlantic and a bunch of other places, ADA, Asylum, whatever the case is. Warner fires a bunch of people. I hope you're getting what I'm getting at. Warner fires a bunch of people. They're buying companies that they just believe are going to be profitable. Let me give you why they're doing it. Warner is trying to show investors that they are profitable. And what does that mean? You're not making long-term investments at the moment. When you sign an artist, a lot of times, just like when people either buy property or whatever the case is, you're not going to get a return on your money in 6 months. You get a return on your money like in 10 years. They just went public. Warner goes public. They're trying to show investors who probably bought their stock that they're profitable instantly. So how do they do that? They need to cut their debt, cut their losses, and only show profit. Here's the thing about music. When you own a motherfucker's catalog, that shit's going to make money without you having to do much. When you have to invest in their new music, you're going to have to be putting 10, 15, $30 million hoping to make back 80, but over 10 years. Do you get what I mean? So the point of what I'm trying to say is that Warner started firing people, right? And also instructed the people, and especially Atlantic under them, some of these artists, unless they're quick flips, we don't need to sign. So now think about it. Kodak's a legend. Kodak just heard about another deal another nigga got. So he wants to get $40 million. So Kodak's walking into Atlantic like, yo, my contract finna be up. Yo, give me $40 million. Like, that's how I'm going to stay. They doing the math. When are they going to make back $40 million off Kodak? They're going to recoup, but it's not going to recoup in time to make it look good for their investors. So now they're on a scheduled, it's like any public company. You show quarterly earnings. So now what they're doing is they're cutting the fat. Oh, Meek Mill want a big contract? Nah, brother, we not doing no big contract. You could go. Another nigga who's saying, yo, bro, you owe me this advance. You going to pick it up or what? If not, I got to go. So PNB, you could go. They're letting these niggas go strictly off business. I hope you guys understand it. Like the people who know a little bit about business will get what I'm saying. Atlantic Records, and by the way, this is what I heard. The executives at Atlantic Records, because their stocks that they all got in this transaction when they went public, all of them they stand to get like 80 to like $140 million each. These are executives. These ain't rappers. Executives. So all they got to show to be good executives is that they are making money, not losing money. So right now isn't the time for Atlantic to sign niggas for big deals, because if you sign a nigga like Drake for $600 million, right? You're probably gonna make $2 billion off of the catalog he's gonna give for that deal, but you're gonna make it in 5 to 10 years. You ain't gonna make it instantly. So now when a investor or a stockholder sees that you just paid 40 for Kodak, you gave Meek 40, you did this with PNB, you're reading up on all these other niggas who you know how it's gonna look. So damn. So you tell me for last quarter y'all paid out this amount of money, but y'all only got in this. Oh, y'all not recouping for a while. This stock gonna go down. So the head of the companies, especially Atlantic, who all of them, they have to stay with the company until their stock. They can't sell their stock until it matures. They want their stock to be at the highest price, which means they got to show the company is profitable. How do you show the company profitable? We're not spending nothing, but we making money. They own all these niggas' catalog. They don't need to spend nothing. So you know what's happening? They're gonna go, and I think it was about a 3-year mark. It's about getting there right now. They're all gonna cash out. All gonna cash out. You're gonna start seeing musical chairs. Some are gonna leave. Some gonna whatever, and then Atlantic will start spending some money. So what's happening now? Meek isn't becoming a free agent by just randomness. Meek is becoming a free agent because Meek is a big artist that requires a big budget and a big spend. And Warner is, well, Atlantic actually, even though it's under Warner, they're thinking that, bro, we're not going to make that money back within the time to appease our investors, so our stock's going to go down. And that's the same thing with Kodak becoming a free agent. Kodak won $40 million. They're not giving them $40 million. Everybody I've talked to some of the highest A&Rs and executives, they expect Kodak Black to walk. Young boy, they offered him 25. He walked. He's out. PNB, they let him go. Do y'all understand that? This is a reminder that while you act and think ignorantly about the music game, and you listen to rappers who just sit there and just, yo, y'all want this, I want that, there's higher level of business going on that dictates all of this. Y'all don't think there's a coincidence why everybody's leaving Atlantic? Atlantic don't want to pay these things no more. But Atlantic ain't broke. Atlantic got 23 now. 23 projects. 23 projects from Youngboy. Got all these other niggas masters too. They're making money. They just want to show they're making the most money right now. So anyway, that's what's going on. I'm interested to see what a nigga who is as talented as Meek Mill and who should have the drive and is completely independent could do. Because right now it's going to be all about his hustle unless he's going to sign somewhere else. And I think wherever he signs to now, I don't know what they'll pay him and if it will be up to his standard. He's a really seasoned artist that I don't think Meek would be looking for no type of record deal that would be less than 20. And I don't know if these labels are running to him trying to give him that, considering what they have to undertake. Because here's the thing about it. If Atlantic gives Meek 30, they have to, a $30 million deal for him is probably a $100 million investment for you. Because you also got to pay for his recording, marketing. You got to figure out everything else. This is a full record deal. It's not just distribution. Okay? So, like, whatever the label gives you, they're probably hitting it with a 3X on what they're going to have to pay out in terms of trying to make you a success. So they give you 30, but they're like, well, we're going to need all this money for promotion. We're going to need all this money for clearing records, beats, all that shit. We're going to have to be compensating travel, this and third, whatever. So the money they're thinking that they got to get to recoup is one number. Then nobody wants to get in the business where they're only recouping. Niggas like to, nobody makes a movie just to be like, yo, yeah, the movie cost $5 million and we made $5.5 million. No, nigga, that's a L. You won't be like, the movie cost $5 million, I made 15. Be like, oh, that's fire. You 3X'd it, right? So the labels are looking at some of these dudes, especially older artists. You see these new artists, they'll sign these niggas for like $1 million or $2. $1 million or $2 if these niggas hit, really good flip. You hit Kodak with 40, nigga, Kodak got to not only stay free, but go crazy to go get you back your fucking 200 that you probably need to make you feel good about this shit. That's the point. Just a little insight for y'all. I know y'all also probably wondering, Well, what about YoungBoy? YoungBoy just dropped a project. By the way, I know people were so upset at me. They were like, yo, why'd you lie on YoungBoy? I don't... You know what? I won't even say anything. But, like, if y'all really think that I would just make up, just get up one day and be like, just randomly tweet that, nigga, I wake up, YoungBoy and like 5 other niggas that usually calls me for some music shit. Because I guess they probably have their team shit on, like, FaceTime. They'll just add me on to this shit. So I see 5 niggas on there and be like, yo, telling people I'm about to drop. Like, all right. He's like, yo, he said, I deactivated my shit. I said, oh, I didn't even know. So, okay, all right, cool. Now, what ended up happening, and there's a lot of like situations that goes in. I can't speak on most of the stuff, and out of respect, I wouldn't even bring it here. But if you're wondering why the music was a little bit late, because it was supposed to come out that night, YoungBoy is impulsive. Shit, I'll say this part. I talked to his manager. His manager was like, yo, Act, that nigga called you before he even told me. I didn't even know he wanted to drop it that night. And even then, we were trying to see if we could push it back a couple days because we could have blah, 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 blah. That nigga was just like, no, I'm dropping it now. So again, that's YoungBoy. So, you know, they figured it out. You know, everybody on his team did what they had to do. Some people handled, you know, the track list and the mix and the master, and they got it out. It was initially supposed to be a YouTube release. So let me explain this whole Atlantic thing, because everybody's like up in arms. Really up in arms. And by the way, I expected it to be a YouTube release as well. I'm giving y'all, this is priceless information. Again, I'm talking to y'all as fans. I know some of y'all might have zero idea about how the music business works. Also, it's the same thing with Meek Mill. Meek Mill just got out of a contract. If you don't know how the music business works, nobody got you hot for you to walk to your competitor. It doesn't work like that. Meek Mill right now cannot drop on DSPs. He's going to probably be dropping a lot on YouTube. Usually what happens is that when you are in a contract and you get out of that contract, there's usually a grace period that you have to wait to drop music. Usually sometimes it's a year, sometimes it's 6 months. YoungBoy contractually cannot drop music everywhere at this moment. He's out of his contract, but it says in the contract, just like it says in the contract with everybody else. So it's not just YoungBoy. It's how the music business works. YoungBoy drops too frequently. That's the thing. So you'll see it affect him. But the reason why you think Meek don't got like a whole project cooked up, but he probably has to wait a certain time. By the way, I think when he was tweeting about it, he was tweeting about his problems with Atlantic, he was talking about the fact that he has to wait. That's just what it is. If I signed an artist and we end the deal, what's going to be in that contract, this is how record contracts work, you cannot drop music for a certain amount of time. You know what that means? You're not going to use me as a springboard for your new deal that you may have negotiated while you're with me. That's how it goes. Okay? So initially, and that was initially thought, this was only going to be a YouTube release. This was not supposed to be on Spotify and other places like that. Now, granted, Atlantic could have blocked it. I'm telling you how this goes. Atlantic could have blocked this whole tape to say, yo, you dropping this project is going to hurt us because the project you drop with us is still being circulated. Now you're promoting the new project. That's the point of the grace period. You get what I mean? Like, think about it. Meek dropped his last album. They got whatever budget for it. They did all that shit for it. A record label's like a bank. They're not trying to get their money back today or tomorrow or next month or the next month. They're like, yo, we could wait 3 years for this shit. But around like 3 years, they think they should be at least recouped. So when you're getting out of a deal, they want to get at least a year with you having nothing out. Right? And that's how they approach many people's deals. It's going to be in every deal you sign. Yo, after you get out the deal, 6 months after that day, you could drop with whoever. But you can't drop for 6 months. YoungBoy is not the artist who goes 6 months without putting out music. I think his thought, and by the way, this is not me talking to him. This is me just being savvy when it comes to the music business. Also, I talked to some A&Rs at Atlantic. Like, some of them knew that YoungBoy was going to drop something, but it was understood it was going to be a YouTube release. Now, this is what I do know at this point. YoungBoy and Atlantic talked, and it was basically saying, well, bro, you can't have it up on DSPs till a certain date. How about we just give you a bag? We're going to give you a bag for the shit. We give you, they're out the contract. So it's not like they're out the contract. But because he can't legally, technically put it up on DSPs until after a certain time, I believe he can't really drop new music officially till like, I don't want to say the date. But YoungBoy he does what he wants to do. So, you know what I mean? Like, I want to drop. He's probably going to have to work around that. So anyway, Atlantic basically said, yo, listen, check this out. We'll throw you a bag. This, obviously, we're out of the contract. You own the masters to this shit. But we get a split on it. And it still comes out on their Atlantic. And I think if you look at it, so it's Realer. Here we go. Realer 2. So if you look at the bottom, which I see you guys kind of smart now to realize what the fuck. If you look at the bottom, it's going to say, Never Broke Again LLC, Atlantic Records. Yeah. So Atlantic threw him a bag. And, Atlantic threw him a bag and they put it on DSPs. That works. Somebody said I'm babbling at this point? No. Bro, I'm telling you exactly. Y'all ask me a question and I'm breaking it down exactly what it is, but y'all don't want to hear it. He's a free agent. Well, he may have signed a deal. I don't know about it. I can't say nothing. But he's out of his Atlantic deal. However, anything until the grace period ends, Atlantic could potentially have a say in it. It's not like they have a beef in a relationship, even though sometimes you would see him post it or she would think it is. They gave him a bag and they said, bro, just drop it on here. And, yeah. So still, he's out the deal. It's just that he's dropping quickly. And I think it's smart on his part. I'll give you an example. You know why these grace periods are in contracts? Because labels know that artists need to keep momentum up, and they want to kill your momentum. If you're leaving them, they want to kill it. The time that YoungBoy could drop, his grace period is much shorter than other people's grace period. If you got to take a year off from music because you're leaving a label, would you leave that label? Y'all get that? If you leaving a label means you have to take a year off from making and putting out music, would you leave the label? So it's one of the tactics they kind of use to kind of look at you to be like, well, you know you're going to get cold. Niggas going to forget about you. So that's why that exists. However, YoungBoy's is a nigga who always drops. He don't matter what the fuck going on. So, you know, salute to Atlantic and salute to him. They figured something out. He got a bag for it. Okay, I know you want to talk about Sauce Walka real quick. And I'll try to before I get out of here. Real quick, I definitely also want to say salute to pretty much the guy right now, Bad Bunny. I know I've been talking about Bad Bunny for a lot recently, but this guy, from what I'm hearing, the money he's grossing is stupid. First of all, Bad Bunny tour. Let me go back to... Again, I'm just telling y'all interesting industry shit I've heard. So I hope y'all appreciate it, but I know sometimes y'all only here for the jokes. Catch me next stream. I'll roast whoever you want. Bad Bunny tour wiki. This is the industry talk. Look at these revenue right here. 10, 8, well 21, so about 10 for each show. 7, 14, 7, 22 for these shows. So it's about 11. Reportedly, Bad Bunny is making, and this is ridiculous. This is crazy. So I don't know if y'all know how like doing a show or a tour works, right? You got to pay for a venue, right? Sometimes you pay like $500,000, right? I'm giving y'all the real breakdown on shit. Pay for $500,000. Sometimes they'll be like, all right, we got security, but now you got to also the stage setup, lights, this and third, pyrotechnics. This is an arena. This is not just like having a stage. This is a lot more shit, right? That'll probably cost you $1 million, right? So usually when the niggas go on an arena tour, think about like 1.5 million minimum you gotta bring in. Bad Bunny is so fucking legendary because it's being reported, and this is what I'm hearing through the grapevines, everybody's saying it. Bad Bunny's making between 7 to 9 million a show. Just think about this. Every fucking night. Just look at the dates of this shit. He probably made 8 million here. Probably 6. Both of these shows, Miami Gardens, probably made like 8, 9, 6. Chicago, oh, he definitely made like 9. He probably made 10 of this bitch. Look at this shit right here. Yeah, it's essentially, the nigga's making like 8, 9 million a show. It's ridiculous. This nigga's killing it. Fucking annihilating it. Which, here's also the thing, and I'm wondering if this is going to set a trend. And I'm trying to like, I'm speaking towards what might be a new popping thing. Because Bad Bunny and the people who are coming from the Latin America world is so different in terms of how their deals is. They're making more money out of their record contracts than compared to your favorite artists. Drake, well, I don't know about now because he has a lot of leverage and he's renegotiated a bunch of times. But the majority of artists in the U.S., they are in full record contracts. Technically, Bad Bunny's an independent artist. And I'm going to tell you this because this blew my mind when I found out. And this is why he's getting more money than anybody in the music game, just off music, even though he's selling the most too. Bad Bunny is signed. Bad Bunny gets a 90-10. And for any artist out there, by the way, if you ever watch Rush or anybody else who knows about the music business, these niggas sign, they get an advance, say they get 200,000 in advance, then they get about 15% royalty rate. And they don't get paid that rate until their 200,000 recording budget and other fees, right? All of them private jets get recouped. Then they get paid off the music at 15%. So let's just do the math. You have to recoup on your advance at 15%. Then you got to recoup on your expenses at 15%. Then after the record keeps selling, you still get 15%. Basically, what I'm saying is the reason why it's like a handshake thing. Most artists get their tour, and even though most of them are signed 360s, the labels won't really go crazy unless a big tour like this. If Bad Bunny wasn't independent, his label wants some of this. You're not making 100 million in the labels like, oh no, that's yours. We'll just get the records. No way. But if you're just doing like some spot shows, getting 30 bands, like they're not be like, yo, what's up with the 30 bands? Yo, we need our like 1/5 or whatever. No, they ain't doing that, right? So it essentially, and I'm trying to like break this down for y'all. The average artist that signs a record deal is fucked. They don't own their masters. They're only getting 15% payback on average, 15 to 18, on their record. And this is after every expense get paid, which if you know labels, there'll always be an expense. And also, when y'all getting all these private jets, you're paying for it with 15% of every dollar you make. You're basically what I'm trying to say, these things will never get paid. Okay? That's why you hear all these things like, yo, I never got paid for my label. Yeah, you got one check. That was the advance. That's it, buddy. Go ahead. Bad Bunny is technically an independent artist. And this is why he's making 90 cents on the dollar. And what's been explained to me many times is that these artists coming out of the Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico, they already got money. So they're coming from situations where, I don't know how they get their money up in Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. I ain't trying to throw out no weird shit, but they got money. So what happens is by the time the US labels get a hold on to them, these dudes already started to stream, and you'll notice, and let me give you a big difference right here. By the way, a 90-10 people know Cash Money for having. So Cash Money has a distribution deal with Universal. People talk about like historic, like it's very historic, which it is. Also, No Limit, Masters of P's label had a 90-10 as well. These are very historic deals. I think it was 90-10 or it was fully independent. But anyway, 90-10, nobody's getting that. For you to get 90% of the money and they take 10%, rare. I'm telling you, most artists get 15%. Bad Bunny in them is getting that 90%. How does that happen? You're probably asking. I'm going to break it down to you. So Bad Bunny in them, somehow they got money. So they're not signing. They're not like broke niggas signing for, 30,000 like most American artists are. No disrespect. They already got money. They start streaming. And what happened is Bad Bunny, if you notice where he's signed to, I'll go to him. Bad Bunny. Where is he signed to? Let's figure it out. Okay. His shit falls under Remus Entertainment. The nigga ain't signed to Remus Entertainment. That's his manager. But his manager has an overall deal with some other shit. I'm going to tell you who that is. All right, Remus Entertainment. Let's Google that. Who owns it? It's owned by some nigga named Noah Assad. This is a guy, like the guy in the Latin world. Let me pull his face up on the screen. I'm pretty sure he'll hit me up. He'll hit me up after this. So this is the guy getting all the bread. So this guy here, he has a deal, and you'll see it. Remus Entertainment. This probably is super boring to y'all, so I apologize for the stream, but like, this was so much great info. I'm like, yo, if you're a nerd to this music shit, you'll love just like me. Remus Entertainment signs to Orchard. Okay, here we go. In 2021, Remus Entertainment and the Orchard announced a global distribution deal. You see Bad Bunny right here? Bingo. So essentially, the nigga Noah is his manager. Really, he's not signed to him, but he folds up under the deal, which means he gets all the money. Here's the point of what I'm trying to say. Remus Entertainment did what most people thought was going to be impossible. He has an independent, he's a 90% distribution deal with the Orchard that falls under Sony. So Sony, the Orchard, it's an entertainment company. They do music distribution solely. So they're not going to do all the other label shit for you. They'll do strictly get your music out there. But these dudes in the Latin market, they don't need as much as the US artists need because they're already like a train in motion, and because they don't only focus on the US, and because Spanish is the most like popular language worldwide. Their shit is kicking in high gear overseas long time before they even get to these motherfuckers. So they have a 90-10. So essentially what I've been told is that every album Bad Bunny puts out, they give him a $30 million advance, and it's a 90-10. So he recoups the 30 at a 90-10 rate, and then after that, he pretty much just get 90-10 for the rest of the shit. So essentially, there's no artist that I know of that would be getting a 90-10 split. Like, basically, his deal is like Birdman's deal. This probably went over your head. I don't know. I be trying to explain myself, and I'm trying to think how y'all probably look at the industry. I'm like, did that make sense to them? Did y'all get what I'm saying? Basically, Drake, like, I don't want to talk about Drake now because, like, Drake he has so much leverage. Like, he could have did a lot of stuff. So he probably had some really favorable deal. But let me just say, Drake in, like, 2012. Drake in 2012, maybe not getting the 15% I keep telling you about. He getting 30%. 30, 35. Let's say that, right? Cool. That's him in, like, 2013. Think how lit he was then, right? Bad Bunny literally was working at, like, I can't remember what. Like, he said 3 years ago he had, like, a regular job. 3 or 4 years ago. He's really new in the game. So compare the time he's been in the game to when Drake's in the game, he has a 90-10, something that I probably think Drake don't even have now. So he has a 90-10 already, and he's outstreaming Drake by 3. So he does 3 times the amount of streams Drake does. At least this year he's on pace to. He's doing 3 times the amount of streams as Drake. And he has probably twice the better deal. And he's also fully independent because none of these niggas own his masters. So Sony Orchard just give them a check. And that's how it works in the Latin market. So I'll tell you who's under the Remus. They came with a couple of artists. Remus Entertainment. Some nigga named Arcangel. He's popping too. Yeah. Their artist is Bad Bunny. Karina Smith. I don't know who that is. Gigolo and whatever. There's a bunch of... wasn't Arcangel on this shit? Okay, here we go. Remus. Yeah. This is the Arcangel nigga. Bad Bunny, Karina Smith, all these people. Anyway, I say all that to say, Bad Bunny is shitting on everybody in the world, including Drake. And there's nothing these niggas could do about it. He's getting way more money, at least off music. At least music per release or music per stream. His deal is way better. And again, they have a historic deal. Like the nigga, it goes through Sony Orchard. He gets a 90-10. He's making $7 to $9 million per show. 90-10, like nigga, that's some TuneCore shit, right? Well, actually, you could get better with TuneCore, but still. The point is, these motherfucking Latin niggas, because everybody who I'm talking to the music industry now, they're trying to invade the Latin world, but they're trying to get there early. So they're trying to find a Bad Bunny while he's broke to give him the money. Because when they found Bad Bunny, he already had money. He ain't need the money. So he only took splits. And then the splits were going to be in his favor because he was lit already. So essentially what I'm trying to tell you about record labels and record deals, if you could, by the time you sign them, you got some money and you're already lit, you control the full context of your deal. And they might not want to do a deal with you, right? Because, you know, they don't want to set a precedent. But when you end up being Bad Bunny, they got to just fucking fold under whatever system you're in. Like, to put in perspective, The Weeknd don't got no 90-10. Fuck no. Name a big artist. Post Malone, who's on Universal Republic? Hell fucking no. Nicki Minaj don't got no fucking 90-10. Nigga, the only I'm telling you, Bad Bunny's deal is like Birdman's deal. That's the point I'm trying to tell you. Bad Bunny's deal is like Birdman's deal. So any nigga who signed to Birdman don't got a better deal than Bad Bunny. This nigga is the biggest artist in the world. I kid you not. All right. Somebody was asking me, yo, Ak, you got to tap into the Latin market, man. I'm trying to sign with these Latin niggas, man. Grant said Drake already a billionaire. Nah, Drake is a billionaire, but I'm going to be honest with you. Bad Bunny's going to be a billionaire in like 2 years. Like 2 years, bro. Nigga, Bad Bunny's making shit ton of money. I also got told by an Atlantic, very high up source that they believe in the last year, which is kind of crazy, they said they think that YoungBoy may have clocked over $70-80 million. They said YoungBoy making a lot of money too. They said YoungBoy's pimping the whole fucking system. They said YoungBoy's making a fucking killing. Lot of money. Drake, they said whatever you see by Forbes is like grossly understated. They're like, yo, YoungBoy's making like $70 million. Like niggas like Dirk and Baby are nowhere close. Because he's playing a crazy streaming game. And what happens in music when you have a catalog, like the catalog is what really matters. He has like damn near 800 songs in his catalog. The pub deals for those shit. Yeah. Like everybody I've talked to, they say YoungBoy's fucking annihilating it. But there's still a YoungBoy level. Then you got the Drake level. And then you got above Drake, the Bad Bunny level. And below all them niggas, you get the Baby and Dirk and yeah, which is still good, like, cause them niggas is probably Dirk probably made like a good 30, 40 M's. Okay. All right, people. All right. I don't know why I get excited when I talk business like that, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was talking so much business in the last couple of days. I'm like, yo, fuck, I'm about to drop a little tape, nigga. Y'all just heard about some nigga who sold his cat. I won't say who. Niggas who sold his catalog for like 70 million. I'm like, holy. Holy. All right. Fuck. Damn. I'm already over time, but let me get to some more entertaining shit for y'all. I'm sorry if I killed y'all with all business. I gave y'all the reason why Atlantic dropping on them folks. Gave y'all the reason why YoungBoy album is still on Atlantic, as how you see. He's out his deal though. Okay? He just took an extra bag because he want to drop again. But he's out the deal, and he got another deal coming. And his next deal, oh shit. I know I can't really say nothing. His next deal is for such a short time period, right? He signed a LeBron contract. Let me just say that. 100%. He signed a LeBron contract, not in terms of money, but in terms of he has a really short deal where remember, like he signed for 5 albums to Atlantic. He gave them like 23 or 24. This new deal, not that long, is for a shorter time period. He's going to make a shit ton of money, right? That's probably going to net him. I'm talking about a deal and other stuff. I don't even want to give a number that y'all wrong with it. But really good deal for him. And then he's going to be probably even more lit than he is now. And then he's probably going to sign another deal with whoever going to give 3 times bigger the bag. So he's working. I ain't going to lie to you. So, oh, shit. We should probably touch on this real quick. So Sauce Walka caught a body. This is what he said. Now, if you don't know, in L.A., they got gun laws in L.A. that really prevent you from really having any type of protection. It's also emboldened criminals, that criminals know, crime gets worse when punishments are soft, or they know there won't be any repercussions, right? So, of course, you're going to rob somebody midday if you have a good, strong possibility they won't have a gun, right? Or they're not allowed to have a gun. And also, if you get caught, you feel you could skate on certain things. Like, you already, like, probably a felon or some shit. Like, you don't give a fuck, right? They're doing mad crazy robberies. I've heard 10 rappers getting robbed, and every time I keep hearing it, I said, yo, why isn't this being reported for everybody? You know what they always tell me? They say, well, the robbers aren't trying to embarrass these guys. They're just trying to make money. So back in the day when a nigga took a rapper's chain and went on a tour, you know what I mean, booked a tour, via WME, you know what I mean, going hood to hood, block to block, state to state. These new robbers, they'll take 10 bands out of your pocket, take your chain off your neck, but they're not going to fucking like put the chain on Instagram with them wearing a mask like, yo, come get your shit back. They're not that. Not in LA. The LA niggas, and it's probably because of the pandemic, they're hungry, bro. And they're watching a lot of niggas with a lot of money flaunt. So they're just taking niggas shit. They're not trying to embarrass you. They're just taking your shit. So there's like 10 rappers I know who got robbed, but nobody talks about it. The rappers don't even come out and be like, yo, I got robbed. They just basically file insurance claim, get their jewelry back, or be like, yo, I'm upgrading, and you never see those shit. So nobody really knows publicly. Sauce Walka goes to LA, and I guess somebody tried him. And this is what he recorded a video, I guess, after the incident. Here it goes.
I really ain't want to speak on this shit, but I know it's too many young black kings and young kings out there that's being misled and misguided, wrong, learning half of the game and not the whole game. So y'all need to learn from this experience that I went to tonight, because being a rapper is one of the most dangerous jobs in America, and there's a lot of young men out here that want to do this shit, but don't know everything that come with it. But I want to speak on this part right here, understand this. Everybody don't go. Everybody don't go, and everybody ain't going, and I'm one of them people that's not going. So unfortunately tonight somebody lost their life for doing something stupid. And I don't know how it happened or what was going on, but I really would like all the young black men around here to learn before all the tabloids and the bullshit and the fake stories get out there. I want y'all to learn from this experience, and I'm still standing here 10 toes down, all my jewelry and everything that I worked hard for. I don't want you to go through these dumbass situations for doing something stupid that somebody taught you or led you to do, that you can go be a king, you can go be LeBron James, you can go be a lawyer, you can go be Sauce Walka. But understand this, but being this shit right here, you live better. Hey man, I really ain't want to.
All right, Sauce Walka is so swagged up. He's doing a video, And the nigga who got clapped is laying here on the pavement with his brains leaking out, like the nigga who the baby clapped in the aisle 4, the baby aisle. That nigga brains was oozing out, nigga. You feel me? Looking like a bunch of worms just oozing out, and this nigga over here making an Instagram video. These niggas are cold-hearted. I'm just telling you. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. And I made sure you really can't see the body. So I wouldn't play this otherwise. If we could, I wouldn't play it. But Say Cheese put it up on their like burner page. Yeah, this is the nigga that got clapped.
Then PPP loans ran out. We just started to hit licks. Bro, almost got caught lacking the strap, but he didn't pull out quick enough.
So by the way, you'll see a gun next to the nigga's arm.
Then PPP loans ran out. We just started.
That's a gun right here. It's a gun right here. So look like this nigga had his gun too, right? Look like it's pretty much self-defense. He probably pulled out a gun trying to take Sauce Walka chain. You know what I mean? He got put in the backwood. That's just how it go.
Hit licks. Bro, almost got caught lacking the strap, but he didn't pull out quick enough.
Yeah, shit. Man, whatever this will have is not worth it.
Sheesh. Don't kill me.
All right. Allegedly, that was the guy. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The next song that nigga Sauce Walka dropped finna be fire. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, nigga. Nigga, I'm finna promote that shit just cause. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't support violence, especially senseless violence, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're someone who are preying on other people, if you a robber, you someone who just shooting indiscriminately, I support people, especially us men, being able to defend ourselves because these days, listen, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I call the cops on you too. Don't get that fucked up. But here's the thing. I've always said, even when, I'm a licensed gun holder, I've always said, these guns ain't for me to be on no Wild Wild West shit. I don't think we about to have no Chiracs or no. You ever see one of them Iraq war shootouts? Niggas been shooting out for 9 hours. I'm like, damn, these niggas packed lunch and they behind a sandbox. Like, all right, let's eat it real quick. We'll start shooting back at them in 15. I'm like, what the fuck? That's really just not how shit usually works. You get what I mean? Violence and a lot of times situations are swift. And a nigga like me, I'm going to call the cops and be like, yo, this nigga's over here. He's doing this or whatever. But the cops don't appear like genie. I've always said, shit, for any time I'll go out with people who are armed security or if anybody in my midst has anything on them, it's for that 5 minutes before the cop get here. Because if you are imminent danger to my life, you don't want to be sitting there in a casket talking about, damn, the cops ain't get there quick enough. You rather at least try to defend yourself. So that's why, and that's where I fall on the side of this subject, where I'm hoping Sauce Walka don't get no charges, but I'm with him. Nigga try to rob you. It's L.A. We just seen Quando Rondo get shot at. Who knows if nigga was trying to shoot you, trying to take your life. Either you, some people tell me it's a security that shot him. I don't care who did. Bruh, put that nigga in a blunt. That nigga woke up, took a shower, put on his fucking Nikes, put on some socks, put on his shorts, and came out to rob niggas? All right, cool, man. Well, now you're going to be getting makeup at the fucking morgue, you dummy. Rest in piss, nigga. What the hell? I can't have sympathy for a nigga like that. I can't, bro. I can't have sympathy for a nigga like that. There's these niggas in LA, they're preying on, and I get it. Sometimes I'm like, well, they trying to rappers talk spicy too. Bro, when you start doing robbery games like that, and a nigga listen, I come from Jamaica. Street justice was always accepted when it came to robbers. We the neighborhood I came from, a lot of people didn't have jobs. We had earthly materials in terms of resources. We had orange trees, pineapple trees, sugar cane. We had pigs and goats, and we had chickens. Bro, from where I come from, you could live off that. You work your land, you make sure everything grows, you can sell your product off the land. Imagine that's your job, that's your livelihood, that's you feed yourself. You fucking wake up and a nigga that. This used to happen, right? Like niggas will come steal your goat, your cow. Niggas will fucking come steal all the crops that you was about to sell. If you catch a nigga on your property doing some shit like that, bro, like stealing your livelihood, I'm gonna be honest, in Jamaica, I don't know if it's all the way legal, but if you left the nigga on the pavement, there's a lot of times niggas just got killed off of that shit. So the niggas who's doing all these robberies is really because they think that there's no repercussion to the robbery. They're not scared of the cops. They're also not scared of being killed. And unfortunately, when you try to rob the wrong one, you're going to run into a Sauce Walka. Sorry, I can't feel bad for the nigga. What type of kicks was this nigga wearing? Let's go find it. Look at this nigga, man.
Then PPP loans ran out. Niggas started to hit licks. Bro, almost got caught lacking the strap, but he didn't pull out quick enough.
Yeah, shit, man. Whatever this will happen.
He lucky. Sauce Walka should have took the shoes off his foot after he got clapped. Like, yo, you was trying to rob me. You got the worst of it. I take your shit now, nigga.
It's not worth that.
I think this is important imagery. Niggas like this, people need to realize this ain't the wave, bro. I don't ever want to promote crime, but I understand people are broken. I understand people are going to make decisions that are going to probably endanger their freedom. I'm going to be honest with y'all. If you running up on niggas with a gun, you running up on niggas trying to take shit at gunpoint in person, bro, you a dumb motherfucker in 2022, bro. I ain't say you can't do whatever. Bro, I know niggas who's just cracking cards just making money. But there's way more non-life-threatening ways you could do to get some bread. You still running down on niggas with a gun, bro, you gonna get your head blown off at one point. You know what I mean? Niggas just scamming. Like, this mad niggas scamming. There's mad niggas doing other shit to get money. Granted, it's illegal. I'm not trying to say it's positive. But, nigga, you still running in 2022 where everybody feel their life's in danger already. They can feel the sense of, you know, the disparity between the rich and the poor. Granted, some of these niggas who's doing the robberies, they think they could just prey on everybody. But not everybody's just going to let you just take their shit. And obviously, I'm not really co-signing or trying to gas up what Sauce Walka did too. Because for every Sauce Walka, we get an XXXTentacion. Niggas try to rob X, and he was like, fuck that. Now, granted, he didn't have a gun. But shit, he wasn't expecting them to shoot him. That's just a situation. I be looking at people who still, niggas who still doing breaking and enterings and like robberies like this, bro. Like, bro, you can't care about your life that much. Because there's a million ways I know niggas who get illegal money, but they're not putting their, of course, you're taking penitentiary chances. If you get caught, you're going to get sent to jail. But, bro, you go steal a nigga's chain, you go kick a nigga's door down, nigga, you got to be prepared the moment you walk out your house, he might put a fucking slug between your eyes, nigga. You might be a literally candidate for a closed casket funeral. I don't know why niggas is still doing that type of shit. And maybe I'm a little just delusional when it comes to that. I'm just saying, anytime I hear stories about a nigga going in somebody's house, that's one of the reasons I hate Rory. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I would have made a video just like Sauce Walka with that nigga body in the back, spitting on him. I wouldn't run up on my biggest ops crib. Well, I don't do shit like that anyway. But like, when you doing shit like that, bro, bro, you're asking to die. Like, niggas can't feel bad for you. You kick a nigga door down. If you get clapped, I don't care what the scenario is. You get clapped, I'm always with the nigga who clap you. Of course, nigga. The fuck is you doing? You break into a nigga's, you trying to steal a nigga's car, anything like that, you deserve a Legos. Of course. Sauce Walka been rocking all his jewelry. Yo, that nigga told me he bought a big ass rock. He bought a big ass diamond like Uzi. You about to steal his shit? That's all I'm saying, bro. I'm fully with people protecting themselves, bro. Shout out to Gucci. No disrespect to Pookie Loc. What the fuck was you doing, nigga? All them niggas who ran up on Soulja Boy. Glad y'all niggas caught a hot one. For every sad situation we see, because let me tell you this. Let me tell you about a criminal, bro. And this is why some people be like, yo, Act, why you so, yo, I'm heavy in the gun rights. Let me tell you about a criminal, bro. A criminal don't give a fuck about the laws. I was, one of my brothers don't really, like, he ain't into guns like that. I got one of my other brothers in guns. But I say, yo, I got a lot of weapons. my brother quoting some weird shit. He's like, well, you know, most of the people who have guns, they usually die at the hands of their own gun. I'm like, okay, here's the point I'm trying to tell him. I'm like, yo, listen. I think we were talking about like a mass shooting or some shit. It was something that happened in Buffalo. And I said, I ain't gonna lie. If you was in that store in Buffalo, you probably would have wished you had one on yourself too. Not saying you about to be MacGyver or like whatever, but like, damn, nigga, when you have criminals, the criminals don't, the laws only apply to the niggas who are law-abiding citizens. And usually handicaps you. There's no criminal that'd be like, oh man, New York City said no guns. I ain't gonna have no gun in New York. What the fuck? Hell no. LA got the same type of laws. You think the criminals are like, nah, I'm gonna just pull up with brass knuckles to rob him for his chain because the law says no. Salute to that nigga Sauce Walka for being mature. That nigga should be dancing over that nigga body, nigga. The fuck? Anyway. Sorry. I don't like when people think they, bro, those are predators to society, man. You're preying upon people who have worked hard or somehow got it. It shouldn't be that easy. And what's happening in LA right now, it takes stories like this, and it's going to take a couple more bodies for these young kids, because what's happening, a lot of them are young. Let me tell you what's also happening. You have older niggas who recruit, and this is why, if you're wondering why this also happens a lot, older niggas will recruit a 17-year-old to do this shit, because if they get caught with the gun robbing somebody, if they're a juvenile, the cost or the repercussions are much less severe. So what happens is it turns to a crime ring. They do it with stolen cars too. If you notice, in any place where they're doing a lot in Houston and Atlanta right now, they're getting the young kids to do it, because if the kids get caught, they basically ain't gonna face that much punishment. But who's really planning it? It's the older niggas. You get what I mean? And really, when they're doing it, they're kind of doing it thinking there's zero repercussions. Sorry. We should be happy that Sauce Walka alive. And by the way, Sauce Walka, I might need to come get that interview. I need to, like, no Vlad shit, but I need to play by play. That's all I'm saying. All right, yo, why I keep saying that Nicki got dissed? Let me see. Meg dissed Nicki? Meg Thee Stallion. How she dissed Nicki? I ain't gonna lie. Megan, everybody else shook a Nicki nigga, right? They ain't dissed no fucking Nicki Minaj. They're fucking shook of her. Meg Thee Stallion. Is it on Twitter? Somebody said Nicki diss Meg. Yeah, Nicki been dissing. Yo, Nicki disses all these chicks. Like, Nicki don't fuck with them. Yo, these chicks just shook him, Nicki, to keep it real. Like, that's one thing I'll definitely say. Nicki Minaj is the biggest sneak. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Nicki act like she 13. Nicki stay dissing the bitch. Nicki stay dissing the chick, bro. Look. I'm going to point out this right now. This probably this right here. These bitches hungry. Guess I'm greedier. These bitches ugly. My bitch is prettier. Horseback riding. Yeah. As soon as you see horseback riding, you know that's what. Yo, that's another thing. This is why I can't respect Meg's pen. Yo, Meg. Get in a booth, nigga. The fuck? Pick up a stick. You got Nicki violating you like you really ain't shit. This whole queen shit, this is one thing I don't like about female rap. Y'all just all like bout, like, y'all told my Nicki Minaj like she better than Queen Elizabeth. Bro, Jay-Z played with a bunch of niggas and any real nigga responded. Even if the public ain't say they won. Nigga, even the game responded. Nigga was about to let Jay-Z go wild. Nigga, what the fuck? You got no respect. Nicki been sneak dissing y'all, violating y'all all she wants, and y'all all pussy to respond. Nigga, she's tweeting too. She not even, She barely, like, she'll do it in the most subtle way to diss y'all, but then she be on social media wilding. Bro, drop a diss. Y'all are more relevant than Remy Ma when she did Sheether. Drop a diss and go crazy, my nigga. All of this rapping shit, but none of y'all want to rap with Nicki. This is why, like, I ain't gonna lie, I think Nicki bullied these chicks. Because deep down, she know none of them could really. Remy Ma was the closest to being able to rap with her. Nicki not worried about a Cardi B diss song. She not worried about a fucking Meg Thee Stallion diss song. She don't like none of them bitches. Yo, Meg, pick up a stick, bruh. Nicki violating you too much. You was trying to get on my head before I had to turn up to big act on you. Why you not responding to Nicki? You got all the energy, but you don't want to give it to the person who actually everybody calling the queen. Let me tell you this, man. This music, you don't wait for the queen to die. You kill the queen. You get me? Same with rap. Niggas don't wait for the best rapper alive to die, nigga. You take the fucking throne. That's how that nigga Wayne did it, man. Everybody was sucking Jay-Z's dick, man. That nigga came in and said, fuck that nigga. I'm the best rapper alive. That's how it go. But in reality, everybody know that Meg can't really rap with Nicki. So that's the reason why Nicki get away with the shit. Like, Meg really can't rap with Nicki. Like, Meg got the same flows ever since she started, nigga. Generic twerk bars. That's it. Even her freestyle got the same cadences. Everyone. That's why Nicki play with y'all like that. She be sunning y'all every day on the TL. Clowning y'all. She call you an alcoholic on one song. She say horseback ride. Look, I be greedy when I'm in your city, painted red like graffiti up. I ain't got to beg for sympathy from the media. Yo, Meg, pick up a stick. And she said, idiot. Yo, Meg, pick up a stick. This is why everybody say you overrated. Let me tell you how it work in rap, okay? Since all y'all with this girly, hot girl shit, no, this still rap, motherfucker. When Meek thought he could buck, he stepped to Drake, nigga. When Drake was kind of getting staticky with Jay, we saw what that was. We saw what happened when it was also Wayne and Jay. Nigga, it's a competitive sport. Let me use one of y'all little lingo. Fight back, mama. Stand up, queen. Whatever you want to hear. I'm just saying, pick up a stick. Nicki on your ass. Violating you. Say you begging for sympathy. Facts. You got to pick up a stick, man. We can't really respect you till you pick up a stick, bro. Pick up a stick on it. Damn. Yo, Nicki on her ass. Nicki's on her fucking ass. I ain't gonna lie. Nicki don't let none of her ops breathe. We do gotta be honest. Damn. Yo, Meg, man. First of all, you can't rap with Tory, but I get it. Like, you said Tory shot you, so you shouldn't be trying to rap with him anyway. But Tory out of the league. Tory rap circles around you. Pick up a stick versus Nicki, though. Like, you gotta really. What's up? All right. Anyway, what else we talking about? A Boogie album sales soon. I think anything over 100 should be good for A Boogie. Anything over 100 should be straight for A Boogie. Come on now. I'm excited, by the way. He took a long time off. He's lived. I think he's gotten a lot of experiences. The music should be amazing. He broke up with his girl, got back with his girl, or maybe not broke up, but they were fighting, got back. Like, it's a lot of stuff going on. I expect his music to be amazing. Where's the post about his new music? I think his album is called Me Versus Myself. He has a really nice cover. I like these covers right here. I like these covers right here. It says Me Versus Myself. Album drops 11/22. Yeah. Hey, Boogie. Keep it real with you. Well, there's a comparison between A Boogie and Roddy Ricch. Okay? There's a comparison between A Boogie and Roddy Ricch I think is very interesting. A Boogie is the future version of Roddy Ricch. This is why this album is important for A Boogie. So A Boogie did like 140. Like Hoodie Season was a shit. Everybody was on his dick. Also, let me look at his discography. A Boogie. And by the way, Boogie's my man's too. Like I really fuck with Boogie. Like cool dude, bro, humble. Like that's my nigga, bro. And I haven't heard the album yet. I know they're gonna try to, they're gonna invite me and play it for me. So like I'm everything I'm saying now, I ain't hear shit. I'm hoping they're gonna be fire. But all right, so here it is right now, right? So Hoodie Season 2018 on fire. On fire. Right? I think there was a mixtape also. What does he do? Let me just get discography. So Hoodie Season, and then obviously people were kind of lukewarm on international artists, right? They were lukewarm on international artists because they didn't like that he was going, they kind of like went out of his lane a little bit. But I thought it was cool because I like other shit. Artist, obviously, which is the first, I think that's a mixtape though. 2016, Artist hit. Classic probably, right? The bigger artist, I'm gonna keep it real with you, hit, right? Maybe probably a classic as well. Y'all rocking with that? That's 2017. Now we at 2018, he hits us with Hoodie Season. Mean, crazy. Classic, 100%. Hoodie Season is 100% classic, right? Then this is where it gets a little turbulent, right? It's a little turbulent. What happens is he drops Artist 2.0. By the way, I hosted his release party in New York City. That's my nigga. I thought it was cool, but I think people wanted more of Hoodie Season type vibes with it. Okay? That was 2020. Remember, pandemic is also hitting. So shit has been kind of looking slow, especially for artists like Boogie who needs to kind of be moving around this and third to get his shit going on. So he's dropping this album, right? It's scheduled for November 4th, 2022. And I got to imagine the last update I had gotten is that he had finished with the album a while ago. This is, and I think I called his manager on stream one time. They said if any tweaks that was doing, it was just adding more like bona fide hits. And by the way, I think that's the difference between Hoodie Season and Artist 2.0. There's certain songs on Hoodie Season that people just fucking love, bro. Like Swerving, obviously, 6ix9ine, like this is a fire song. Star Tender, fire song. Look Back at It, fire song. But it also had those songs that like his real fans would like, right? Like shit, Forming a Convo. Like, what else? Shit, even Voices in My Head. I ain't gonna lie to you. These are joints I think people really fuck with, and shit, even some people fuck with Billie Jean and Uptown Bust Down. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. I haven't heard any of the album yet, but let me tell you why I give him the Roddy Ricch comparison. Roddy Ricch, I think, was on an uptick after he dropped the Please Forgive Me Because I'm Antisocial album. Everybody's like, damn, this is a nigga. Can't miss. Like, this nigga is just fire. He's the guy. Then he drops his last project, and I think people have a little doubt about him. So I've always compared A Boogie and Roddy Ricch, and I think Boogie dropped the album that gave people somewhat of a doubt, even though it did good commercially, but it's still, people had some doubts with Artist 2.0. You get what I mean? Now I think there's a chip on the shoulder. He got to come back and deliver, just like Roddy Ricch. By the way, y'all be sleeping on Roddy Ricch. Yeah, like maybe his album didn't fulfill whatever you thought it was gonna be because we lived off of 3 years of, 2 years, 2.5 years of expectations from his last project, and he has big ass songs that was really working, and he had features that was really going crazy. But Roddy's next project is gonna be like this. It's gonna be the, oh, okay, since y'all forgot shit. So, and I'm gonna tell Boogie's team too. Nigga, whenever y'all gonna invite me to listen to it, I'm gonna walk into that listening session with the thought of, this is the album that's supposed to be, oh, y'all forgot. Because Boogie one of them artists. And I compare Boogie and Roddy Ricch. I think they're the same kind of artists. I think, you know, Boogie's just a year or year and a half before Roddy Ricch. So in a year and a half from now, I think Roddy Ricch gonna be dropping this same type of album in the sense of, yo, in case y'all forgot what's going on type shit. You feel me? Y'all keep saying Roddy Ricch fell off. I think Roddy's fire, my nigga. I think he's fire, bro. Like, honestly, Roddy Ricch is fire, Boogie's fire, bro. I kid you not. Do I think this album will hit? Yeah, I think it will. You know why? They told me that it was almost finished like a year ago. What they were waiting for, not only like quarantine shit kind of wrapping up, but they were definitely waiting on, like, they wanted to make sure they had hits. You know what I mean? So they had a great album, but they know the fans want hits too, bro. And I'm glad an artist would say that, because sometimes artists be like, oh, no, I just drop songs and hopefully there's a hit. Like, he's making a concerted effort that there's going to be some songs that's going to work in all type of you know, vicinity. So I'm excited for this. All right, damn. I should have been out of here already. Fuck. Let me see. What else? Yo, give me like one or two more topics. Shit, I don't even know if I can talk about the Quando Rondo shit. I'm gonna probably have to come back for that. Damn. Oh, let me listen to this. This is G Herbo. We'll see. Yo, what the fuck going on with Trippie Redd look, man? Trippie Redd look like Trippie Cardi right now. Am I tweaking, or if I say his look reminds me of Cardi, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, Cardi is, I mean, YoungBoy did paint his face too, but like Cardi took on a persona with his new shit. And shit, I don't know. Like, let me not judge Trippie too fast on it, but once I see an artist start doing this, that's a persona. And you got to live it, and the music got to match it. And I think Cardi's done the amazing job of, like, I remember when you know, every artist starts saying, like, they're a rock star. But Cardi, I think, just fucking owned it, bro. Like, Cardi reminds me, what's the nigga who used to bite the heads off bats? Yeah, Cardi reminded me of that nigga, bro. Somebody said, it's given Cardi. Yeah, we'll see. Ozzy Osbourne, you're right about it. Luke the Boss, yo, I want to talk about all these things. Yo, mods, could y'all like write down like topics people are spamming? Because yo, I definitely have to go, and I'm probably gonna get back on here to talk about this shit. Central C, by the way, I hear Central C is independent too. Yo, a lot of these international artists, they're independent, which is kind of interesting. What else? Now, yeah, I gotta go do something real quick, and then I'm gonna pop back on Cairo and Egypt. All right. I see Ice Spice new video. She got a new video. Okay. All right. Anyway, chat. I ain't gonna lie to you. I gotta run, bro. I do have to run, and I ain't talking about the Quando Rondo shit. Put that on the table. Quando Rondo. 50 Cent talking about Lil Kim's daughter, or Nicki talking about like whatever, and Lil Kim responding, then 50 jumping in, Cairo, Egypt, all of this shit. Just please add it to a list and send it to my DMs. Yo, I just gotta go do some shit. And once I'm done with that, I'll get back on here, all right? Love y'all, and I hope y'all are content with some of the content. I gave y'all 2 hours, all right? I gotta go for right now, though. I'll be back later, all right?